Yeah, like too much noise. I don't know what you call it. Then again, I have been listening to streams nonstop, so.
Yeah, maybe take a break from that. Maybe take a walk in nature or something. I know what you're... I do relate to that feeling. That, like, overstimulation.
Yes, that's the word for it.
Yeah, living in a very crowded suburban area of Jersey and also working in Philadelphia, I'm no stranger to that feeling.
I think it's crazy how people live in other places. I know they do, and that's weird to say it, but it's just it's interesting.
They're everywhere.
We're everywhere.
They're so
We all one.
adaptable.
Where y'all going?
I don't know what's happening. Jedi's trying to do a random chorus route.
Oh.
Needle said she would be late. She had
Okay.
some kind of emergency.
Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you.
I could like barely hear you, Flint. I just put you up to 200%.
Oh, how about now?
That's a bit better.
Welcome.
Might be a bit of lag at the moment.
Oh. Was it the first time she did it? Yep.
Yeah.
Not bad. I got to the point in the source where it looks like it's just a big 1 in the center.
A big 1.
Yeah, it looks like the number 1, and then inside the 1 it says, "My dick hurt."
Oh.
So, yeah.
I did try cleaning up my keyboard, especially meticulously around the D key, and it didn't seem to work or do anything really.
Oh, your D key is bad?
Have you not noticed? Like every time I try to type something, like my D's get fucked up.
No, I haven't really. I haven't seen you type anything with a D in it.
I only noticed like just now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I would say for at least the past like month and a half or so, I've always been making typos with my D. It's either missing a D or like a double D. Stop
You
it.
just gotta think of
I mean,
ways to not use your D.
oh, he's a great character though.
Yeah, I don't know what to do next. It is a mechanical keyboard, so I suppose it's possible to replace the whole switch, but I don't really know how to do that. Maybe if it's easy enough, I can look it up. Otherwise, I have to get a new keyboard. I don't know.
It's just a normal universal keyboard.
Just a normal run-of-the-mill keyboard. Nothing weird about it. Except for the D key.
Should be able to grab like a replacement one then, huh?
Replacement keyboard?
Like, the key.
Well, yeah.
Like the key switch might be is
That's
it a
not...
switch or is it a button?
It's a switch with a cap on it.
No, I mean like when you pop the cap off.
It's a switch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the little plastic thing might be messed up.
Yeah. So I'll have to see if I can easily replace that.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Laura.
Hello.
Everything okay?
Sorry, I was just tired. I've been like.
Have
so
you
passed out?
been AFK this entire time? Because you did die at one point.
I know.
Okay.
I had my stuff in the thing. I saw that and I go, the first thing that comes to my eye goes, oh shit.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you didn't lose anything important.
No, I double checked. I haven't lost anything.
Oh, I need to do that. Give me the jar. Oh, I got one.
I think you picked up mine.
And,
Yeah, you can keep one.
sweet. Children!
Wait, there's another one here? Are one of these yours?
No.
I don't remember
not
this
one.
obsidian one.
Was he stuck under the bridge?
I guess so. Do I have another bottle for him?
Can I eat it? No.
I considered it.
Hey, buddy.
Where'd it go? It's under the bridge again.
Yeah, he's under the bridge again. He's there at the end.
I think if I get far enough away, he'll try to get back to me.
Yep, he loves you. Suck him up.
Yep.
Why is there a camel in my...
That's not all there is.
Why is there a sniffler in my...
Dude, they've been in there for weeks.
Have they? Just chilling up there?
Yeah, I remember seeing them when Omega was showing us his airship embassy like 2 meetings ago.
Oh, see, I left early that day.
I don't know like how they got up there, but like they shouldn't be able to understand that they can jump on the scaffolding to get up there.
I've even like brought them both down.
Yeah, and they both want
Went
to
back up.
they went back up. They love it up there.
Yeah, they like feeling tall.
I think Skit has been doing more with this. Oh, this road has a name now, actually. Island Road. Very nice. Do I have any mail?
Oh my god, that's so cool. You can make... Oh my god, what?
I do have mail. Someone keeps giving me redstone. I love it. Probably Needle. Thank you, Needle.
So much history here.
I can't think of a good joke. I was trying to think of like its history, but it like you can't really say that because it was never there to begin with. Hopefully B-Man's got his computer back. I saw him log in very briefly yesterday.
Wait. Oh, that's so cool.
Yes? What?
Oh.
You're gonna leave us in suspense here?
No, I never checked out the embassy before.
Oh, the airship embassy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sick.
You
Omega's
saw
got
the
some good
underground too?
I saw most of it. I don't know if it was finished when I was looking at it. Maybe he's done more with it.
I think he's making so that it hooks up to the sewer system.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I can just crawl around.
Oh yeah, you
That's
love it down
funny.
there.
Oh yes.
Yeah, no, he had some kind of like lore about espionage that the airship people conduct. I think it's super cool.
That's cool.
I picture them descending down from the airship on like wires, like SWAT team or like ninjas doing their spying.
That sounds cool. The board is bigger.
The board is bigger. There's 30 more assigned spaces.
What's this board called again?
The MOTD board, the message of the day board.
Someone had to.
I can't help but feel responsible for starting the momentum on these dirty jokes. But I'm not going to continue to perpetuate it. Well, I guess we just naturally found ourselves up here.
It is a meeting room.
It is a meeting room. We may as well use it. I like this corner seat. I always pick this corner seat here. I think I like it because it gives me like pretty good visibility of a lot of other people.
Yeah.
But if I actually followed through on the whole design for this, then I could see everybody no matter where I sit.
What do you mean?
Well, in the porcelain, I had redesigned the like legs of the mushroom, so it wrapped over the table instead of just
Oh.
inside it.
I thought you meant we were gonna be like on pillars, like in Star Wars.
Or like the what are they called? In Kingdom Hearts, like that secret organization.
Oh, Organization 13.
Yeah, they're all in those like high chairs.
How did I get up there? Who knows?
How, right. Well, they can all fly or some shit, right? To like levitate.
Or something. I don't know.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Are you guys at the World Hall right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me clean up my inventory and then I'll...
I don't know what we're doing today. I just want to play Minecraft with you guys.
I got a baby.
This is like my with the way that my schedule is lately, this is my allotted time to play Minecraft with people. So I don't care what we're doing.
Hog. I got a cutoff time of 9 o'clock.
Yeah, you got work.
Yeah. Sad.
All right, well, we have less than an hour then. What do you want us to do? What would you like to do together in Minecraft today?
I don't know. Murder?
Murder is always an option.
I don't know. I've been digging out the source all week.
Are you sourced out or?
I'm a little sourced out. It's down to a 1 shape, so that's poggers.
It is an open source project though, so anyone can contribute.
Open sourced.
Yes.
I don't have any other projects really.
You have carrion. Kinda.
Well,
You dip your toes in that once in a while.
yeah, once in a while.
Actually,
That's
you
why
were
I do
doing a lot
gathering
of work on that not too long ago.
Yeah, that's a gathering thing. I need so much glass for it, but yeah.
No, you don't have to go and collect the sand. Get some
What do you
villagers
mean?
going. You've got a bunch of villagers actually.
I do, but none of them sell glass. which is
Librarians.
annoying. Yeah, I have a ton, and none of them have been giving me glass trades. I
What?
have like 1 or 2.
I thought it was a guaranteed trade, to be honest.
No,
My librarians always have glass. Maybe I've just
I'm
been lucky.
annoyed. Yeah, that's kind of staying still too, because I can't get enough materials in order to trade for them to get high enough level to get the glass trade. So it's kind of like I just go over to them, I trade the Fletchers for emeralds, and then I trade the emeralds to the librarians to get them bumped up.
I was about to be like, yeah, the only thing I have planned as far as like Minecraft today is to work more on getting this Pokecache done. But that's what I've been working on recently.
Is it just the building effort, or you still need a lot more materials? Maybe we can help with that.
It's a little bit of both. But it's mostly just building it. The Pokecache is a big building. It's probably, in my opinion, bigger than the Poke Center itself.
Yeah.
But it's just, right now it's just taking time to actually like fucking build it
Yeah.
right now. Yeah, I think it's genuinely like bigger than the other. I think it's bigger than the other
Gotta
one.
throw on YouTube or a movie or something and just squeeze it out.
Pretty much what I'm kind of trying to do.
Put on the entirety of season 1 of Pokemon.
Actually, now you can say the entirety of Ash's journey,
Oh yeah, the whole thing.
Ash's era, yeah.
Yeah.
because it's over.
Yeah, Ash is
It's
no longer
over.
part of Pokemon.
It's so sad. It's like, what?
Is
if
the new show
do
any
need
good?
anything, I do need
I
Blackstone.
don't know.
I
haven't
haven't
watched
seen.
any
I
of
saw
it.
the trailer for it, and it seemed more like for a movie. It's gonna be interesting how they keep the feeling going through episodes. It's definitely not Pokemon-esque. It's more like action-esque,
Yeah, it's got a different feel to it.
action mystery. And there's Pokemon also.
Yeah, because right now I'm just working on like the Pokecash part of it right now, and then, ugh,
It's
I
definitely
got
got.
to like the first like big part, but anyway, sorry, Andrew, I cut you off.
No, you're
there.
fine. I was just gonna say the new one definitely has like arcs feel to it going. Like, oh, this is definitely we're in an arc right now, like a story arc. Well, Pokemon was the story arc is literally Ash is in a new region and he's getting more badges.
Yeah, there was a formula.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Just
Yeah.
gonna grab something.
Ugh.
I'm gonna immediately put him on the blades. There he goes. He's getting cut. His feeties. I'm still salty. They did my favorite region dirty by cutting it so short, which is Pokemon Black and White.
Yeah.
It was literally like they cut it so short because Sun and Moon came out and they had to go to the new region.
Yeah.
Honestly, that would have been so much better as like a new series not involving Ash.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. I think Black and White had the best like characters and side characters, honestly. Like the protagonists, the girl and the boy were like such good like created characters, and then their friends actually had depth to them.
Yeah.
And then they just watered it down because oh look, it's Ash. He's in a new region now.
Yeah.
He the protagonist.
Yeah. Like he always is.
Yeah.
I think
I
that
honestly
might have been why I got out
Hello.
of at one point in time got uninterested in Pokemon in general for a while there, just because of that. I think.
yeah, it's very I definitely follow the games more than the anime.
Yeah, I do too now. But back when I was a kid, I never played any of the games. I just followed the show. Then I got tired
Yeah.
of that same old formula. Then I just lost interest in Pokemon there for a long time.
Yeah. I honestly think that they should have stopped Ash's journey back when. What was the last. So. What are the. It's like that main, like, area that's all connected. Like Johto, Hoenn.
Does it have a name?
It's like the largest landmass in the Pokemon, like. Basically, the newer versions of the newer, like, regions of Pokemon, like Kalos, Unova,
Callus.
etc. I don't know the other ones, Galar. They're all like versions. They're all like quote unquote other like land masses off of like.
Right, but Johto and Kanto are connected.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Ash should have stopped at that. I don't think he should have went to Unova or Kalos. It's like this random guy from Palatown who's
I don't know.
okay at
I
Pokemon battles.
thought it was kind of an interesting take on the Pokemon franchise because normally you wouldn't have continuity between those different regions, and it was kind of interesting seeing this one trainer go between them. But on the other hand, there was like always a reset anyway, right? When he went to the new region, he would just like get a new team of Pokemon instead of
Yeah.
really.
But I just think he shouldn't have went to Unova because he just like
Even-
the Unovan storyline just got watered down so horrible with Black and White. It was just really bad. What they did it dirty. That's my favorite game was Black and White, and they just did it so dirty because Sun and Moon came out and they suddenly had to rush to get Ash to go on vacation to that area.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. It's a cash cow for them that
Yeah.
they're going to prioritize.
Was it Kalos? No. Or maybe he was going from Kalos to the weird island chain one. The newer one.
Yeah, they're not necessarily going to prioritize the logic of it.
Where it's like, we're taking a break, we're going to this on vacation. Woo!
Whoa,
Whoa.
that was close. Well, maybe this new show will make its own sense of things, although it does seem like it's starting in the region of Scarlet and Violet. But maybe there's potential for those new characters to go back to old regions more when it makes sense to, rather than necessarily being in line with the release of the games. Because those
Yeah.
games are all said and done. Even the remakes of them are said and done.
Yeah, it was just really like they just turned into the last half of the game like into like a one episode like synopsis. And was just like, okay, I'm gonna go deal with the legendaries, see Ash.
Yeah. I feel like more recently, especially Pokemon games, that the stories that they come up with are just getting darker and darker. But in the anime, they're still portrayed as kind of like shallow. I don't know how to explain it. I don't even really watch the anime that much, but I remember seeing clips of even like the Sun and Moon arc, if you want to call it that. And like you say, the legendaries are just like kind of running around or whatever, the ultra beasts, and they're dealt with very simply. But in Sun and Moon, you're like you get sucked into this fucking nonsense dimension where these like monsters that are monstrous relative to the monsters that you already live with in the real world. You know, it's crazy. But the anime, it just cheapens the whole thing. I don't know. I don't have any real strong opinions of this, actually. Imagine butter. Imagine butter. There's someone in my chat named Imagine Butter.
talking about the Ultra Beast reminded me of this.
And Spartan Reaper's here. Oh yeah, imagine butter, Ultra Beast. Can't believe it's not butter. What are we doing? I want to hit things or mine blocks or build things.
You
What's
guys
going
can
on?
always go and do dragon fights.
Can always do dragon fights. I do have to get an enchant on this crossbow of mine.
I can hear you through you, right?
I can hear you through you.
Okay, hello. Yes. Thanks, Eva.
You're welcome. Anytime.
We like just woke up. I don't know if Laura told you that.
Good morning.
Yes. Yeah. Well, like we had a morning, but what
Good.
was supposed to be a power nap was a.
It's second morning. Second breakfast time.
Yes, true. Food's actually a great item. Anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna be popping on tonight. I don't have anything planned or whatnot, but
I have nothing
Probably
planned.
play,
I just want to play Minecraft.
fair enough.
The only announcements I had were the message board thing. I expanded the message of the day board, so there's 30 more spots for signs. And also, I guess I'm pretty sure everybody's already aware of the LA bottle thing, but that was added in between the last meeting and now, so. Hope it makes them more useful, or easier to
I guess
use.
the only thing is that the Poke Center now is completely finished between that was done between last meeting and this meeting. So the Poke Center itself is done. It's just not functional yet.
Right, like the whole system involving those three builds, there's still some integration that needs to happen with that and producing all those heads and stuff.
And I guess one thing we can do is try to figure out where and what type, like, to do stuff, figure out what to do for gyms and stuff. We can do something like that. We try to figure out the mechanics behind it. I know we kind of talked about it last meeting.
I would like to talk about that more. Just, I mean, we're pretty sold on the idea at a high level of just having gyms, but how exactly battles would work with just player heads. That's going to take a lot of imagination.
Yeah. I mean, it could be something along the lines of, like, it could be like an arena thing where you actually, like, battle people. Because you can't, it's hard to, like, I guess, battle Pokemon in the game unless I make some sort of, I guess, what's the word I was looking for, like, card game system in it, but it would just be difficult to do something like that in the game. I think I was just overthinking.
Yeah, I mean, you can maybe do something on the item lore of the player head, like just put some basic information about, say, attack power, or maybe it has a move that it can use or something. But you got to keep it simple, otherwise it's going to be a tremendous amount of work for you.
Yeah. And this is already a huge ass project with how much goes into this actual build, because I haven't even started on the third building yet. I'm still on the one building.
Maybe we could take some inspiration from the Pokemon trading card game, because I think that has a relatively simple battle system. Like, each card has one or two moves it can use, and it has like energy that you assign to it, but maybe you could simplify it even further than that somehow.
You could do it like a number randomizer, and that's how much damage you do. And it spits out a thing that says like 1 through 9, like the slots of a dispenser. And I don't know.
Some randomness I think would be good, but each Pokemon has to have some kind of unique trait to it, some reason. You need to have a reason for having a set of 6 Pokemon that you're taking into battle versus any other set. If it's just completely random, no matter what you have, then it's not interesting.
Yeah. But I'm making some decent progress on it right now. It's just so I'm working on the Poke Cache, which is the home to the not what I want.
Are you there right now?
I am here right now.
All
Yes.
right, since we're talking about it, I'm just gonna go over there instead of just sitting in the world hall doing nothing.
Fair enough.
Maybe I'll
Get
chop some
more
trees for you while I'm talking.
fireworks.
True.
Or just chop trees in general. I do need a lot of trees anyway.
I have a bunch of saplings and stuff over here because I think most of the wood inside the world hall also is non-existent. So
Yeah. What is this over here?
Fill the cat.
Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan was by. He came and gave me a little like boost of stuff because I was running out of supplies.
Very good. I tried for a second time now coming up with a design for the Briscoson embassy. I mentioned to you this morning. I kind of hate it.
Yeah,
I
fair.
I don't know how to feel about it.
I don't even know where to even fucking begin with that, to be honest with you. I have to do the Shadorian embassy. I have no idea what I'm gonna fucking do for it. Don't mind my pitch posh of shit over here.
I'm gonna get a couple of lays going on these saplings. Wait, no, pick up the sapling. There you go. Yeah. You get back in the bottle. Okay. Or at least come here
I don't
and,
think I've actually ever used an LA.
well, give it a shot. So if you unbottle it in the same block space as an item entity, it'll start carrying that item. It'll start looking for that. So you don't have to like manually assign it. There, it picked up the stick.
It's gonna beat you.
Yeah, it is kind of menacing.
In terms of a casino update, Braid and I have run our checks and balances and slit our abacus rings, and unfortunately, in this economic depression, until we get out of it, it's on hold.
Understood.
For
I
being completely honest, I actually have done like not some work on the casino yet, but in terms of like spacing out the poker table, that's the hard part.
Yeah.
That's the part that I think gonna keep it closed for a bit. Because the pure scale of this machine is quite massive, and to kind of mask it would like also look good because it's a very it's just very intrusive, if that makes sense. Like there's like a lot of slime and like weird looking blocks in places that we have to kind of like design around it to make it look nice.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to build the shell of the thing and then try to shove redstone into it and make it look good.
Yeah, like it's really tough. Think like a cube and just take all of its edges, and that's kind of like the way that it's like the shape of it.
Yeah, I totally get it.
It's kind of hard to build around like the vertices of a cube.
Plus, B-Man's computer is in repair.
Oh, is it?
That's why he hasn't been on.
Oh,
From what I know, yeah.
That's why he hasn't been on lately. It's because his computer finally gave out and he needed to get it fixed. He wants to. It's all
He
on.
should get. Sorry, he should get a new computer. Guy's relatively low. I can't lie. His parents are quiet. Very bitch. And I know for a fact that he has money because he's worked a good damn job in Victoria for the last 4 years.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
No.
To be honest
that
with you,
job
he-
overpays
he-
him like crazy.
Well, to be fair, he probably already
Something
has
was
bought
dying
a
in a tree.
computer, and he's just waiting for it to arrive.
Sure. I hope he gets something decent. Because in Victoria, I mean, I got my computer here for what, $2,000.
Yours, I
Two
think,
grand.
was about 3.
No. Yeah.
I think mine was like $3,000.
My laptop was about 1,800.
Okay.
But I ended up getting like 400 or 500 of it back because they messed up.
Can't complain.
Cancellation.
Yeah, so like I bought it. Walmart used to have a thing called layaway where you could pay for an item over the course of a couple months,
Yeah,
which is
I know
awesome
what
for like
layaway
Christmas
is.
presents and stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, they usually use they do that around like Christmas time because of like
Yeah.
Christmas presents and whatnot.
But the thing that happened was that my computer, by the time that I was done paying it off completely, had gone on sale. So the person didn't know any better. Technically, I wasn't supposed to be able to use my associate discount plus my 25% off, which was the Black Friday sale because I worked it,
Yeah.
percent off that we get, plus the clearance price. I was supposed to only choose one of those. But she didn't know how to not have it on, so I got all three, like, sales.
Nice.
She's like, I literally don't care, just take it. I'm like, okay.
I'm not going to bitch.
Yep. I walked back to my mom.
I was like, pull
Holding-
my leg harder, why don't you?
Yeah,
Like,
holding the, like, $400 or $500, whatever it was, in my hand, and my mom's like, what's that from? And I'm like, apparently I paid too much for it. And my mom's like, what are you talking about? You paid the amount it was. And I'm like, I know. Walmart in a nutshell.
Sorry, I just went quiet there because I was grabbing my dinner from the oven.
no worries.
What you having?
A Marie Callender's shepherd's pie.
Ooh, sounds good actually.
It's
Honestly, though, Marie
it's fine.
Callender's is good.
It was the only shepherd's pie I could find in the grocery store.
You want that pork for dinner?
Mm.
Pork?
Is it? I think it's beef, isn't it?
No, shepherd's pie is beef, but we have
our thing
we
is
have
pork.
Oh, you got pork. Nice.
We got it's called Cayman style pork. It's kind of like I think like a curry / barbecue. It's
Like a Jamaican
good.
seasoning, or?
Yeah, it's like Scotch bonnet, and yeah, it's nice.
Damn, that sounds good.
Yeah. And then there's like, what is it, red onion or cabbage? Red cabbage.
red cabbage
And then sweet potato.
and sweet potato. Yeah.
Oh, sweet potato. I got sweet potato chips. They're called Uglies. And they're
Uglies.
Yeah,
slightly,
they're good.
yeah, they're slightly cheaper chips because they're not pretty.
That's
Ah,
fine.
okay.
They're like
Yeah,
the
we'll take
broken
that.
ones, the miscolored ones. They taste fine.
My
It's just
my favorite chip brand is called Dirty. Dirty chips. They're quite good.
I've got a lot of other junk in my inventory right now too. I had all this stuff from like what I was building in Riskus, and I just didn't bother dropping it off.
Why? Oh. Oh, well. Alright then.
So I guess one thing I should mention tonight is that next Friday I am going on a trip. I'll be gone without access to my computer for 8 days.
Okay. That'll be good though
Okay.
for you. Get some good old vacation.
Yeah, it will be.
Where are you going?
I'm going to
what's the amount?
Ireland.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. Nice.
That's part of the reason why Got a Marie Callender shepherd's pie because I was trying to
Right into
compare.
Dublin or like outskirts?
We'll be like, our home base will be in Dublin, but then we're gonna be doing like day trips every other day.
Day trips?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, we're
Hey.
we were just talking about I'm going to Ireland in a week, so I'm gonna be gone for a while.
Nice.
So you're gonna miss next meeting then? This will be
Yes.
yeah. It'll be 1 day over.
Yep. Next meeting is delayed.
Who has the power to give charms?
Oh, I forgot about that. Should give her. Any moderator can do it. I just need to tell them how.
You just need to teach them.
Yeah.
Teach the
We
sages
have the power
things
now.
they must. The things they
Free.
must know.
I've got the power.
I see needles in chat. Oh my god, Lucky. Oh yeah, Lucky, right? Because Ireland,
Because Ireland,
Yeah.
the land of potatoes. Yes.
the land of the taters. Welcome back,
No.
Needle.
Land
Hey,
of potatoes.
everything okay,
No.
Needle? There. I did the charm thing.
Oh, I must not be close enough to you.
Glad things are getting better. Well, you're not actually among us. I did it on a distance of 100 blocks.
Which is weird, because I didn't get it.
You didn't
I
get it?
must have actually outside the thingy. Hi, Needle. There it is. Now I got it.
Are you guys at Living Island?
Yes.
Yep.
We're there. We're over at the Pokies like area next to Pac-Man.
I'll be there as soon as I arrive.
Okay.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Oh man. I just ate some steak.
Yeah.
So good.
Do you season it up or sauce it up or mess it up?
No, they don't have that in this game.
Yeah, come to think of it, Steve doesn't season any of his food, does he?
Nope.
No spice.
There's no taste. He has no taste.
No
buds.
flavor.
He's got no taste buds.
Could you imagine though if you had to add salt and stuff? It could burn.
How do I? Okay, so that it's that one that's got to change. Trying to
There's a tear down there. Let me get it.
trying to put these blocks into. I'm trying to like make these stairs go the way that I need them to, but I can't see them from the top of the thing. So it is very annoying.
Using Light Medica?
Yes.
Scary.
Good block now. Ah! Why are you like this?
Who did that?
Oh well.
Ayo. Hi, Jedi.
Jedi?
It's Jedi. Hello, Jedi.
Jedi is on an adventure. A chorus fruit adventure.
Going on a trip in their favorite rocket ship.
Course.
Did you find anything cool yet, Jedi? Out there?
Absolutely not. But we are working on it.
We'll try to like keep sleeping for you so you don't get harassed by mobs too much.
Rickety roll.
Thank you. Thank you. Mobs are fun-ish, kind of.
I mean, we'll sleep anyway because I don't want to deal with phantoms. But
Yeah, and I don't need to die like phantoms again.
Chompers are so annoying.
The pancakes, the stinking pancakes.
the pancakes.
Pancakes.
Hog.
Yes, that is supposed to be a full block. And needle.
Oh. Needle.
You know,
You know,
Read it. Come here, Peepo. Yes. Hope you have a very good time in the land of Patats.
Yes.
The taters.
looking forward to it.
The taters. All
I'm-
the taters.
Looking forward to getting some build inspiration.
very
But I
much.
think most of all, the thing I'm looking forward to is seeing the cliffs of Moher on the
Oh, yes.
west coast. We actually booked like a little boat ride, so we could see it from the water.
Oh, that'll
Very
be good.
jelly.
Are you gonna
Very
get the
jelly.
Lonnie Stone?
Yes, we did book something like that too. I don't know if we're actually gonna kiss it, but I wouldn't put it past my mom.
I don't know if you're able to anymore.
I don't know if you can either. Probably like COVID restrictions. No.
That would make sense. COVID did kind of
Dude, I was
grew a lot of things.
my roommate's gotten me hooked on watching Cake Boss for some reason. We just started watching Cake Boss randomly
Oh,
again.
Cake Boss is amazing.
And
Cake Boss is
so
amazing.
it's amazing to me for a lot of reasons. I mean, it's amazing on its own, but I also went to school in Hoboken, so it's like very nostalgic for me.
Awesome.
But
That's
what's really striking me about it as I'm rewatching it is just the standards for cleanliness and sanitization, like in the pre-COVID times, in the early 2000s. They're just like making all these cakes with their bare hands and touching all these random. They're bringing in like birds, like ducks and stuff to put in the cakes
Yeah.
with their bare hands. Just like I'm cringing every time I see.
What chest am I storing this? Oh, this one. I don't know where I'm putting the dark oak. I've collected.
Pick a chest, any chest.
Okay. This one's got mainly.
I will find it. At some point in time, I will find it.
And whatever doesn't get used will just get sucked up by the world hall anyway.
Exactly. That's kind of where the majority of the stuff is going, is like whatever does not get used is going to the cat. So
Just thinking I'll turn haste on while we're cutting trees down.
I gotta head off for the night.
Yeah,
I got work tomorrow.
hope you get some good rest.
Yep. Where's my
Get some
baby?
good
Get
sleep.
over here. Come on. Come on. Get over here. Come on. The child knows where it's gonna be going.
Mm-hmm.
Get over here.
in
Get over
Lavadia. In the
Get-
batal.
they kind of glow in the dark, huh?
There we go. Got it.
Nice.
There's only 3 sticks. I don't know what its job is doing.
Oh.
Good night, guys.
Laura made this. Good night.
You know,
Dude, you guys tell me about custom blankets on these freaking
No,
Thomas.
on the llamas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Llamas.
you put a different color carpet on, and they
If you
have
want to mess with the
different
carpets,
patterns.
you can. That's why Nito put them here.
Oh, I'm gonna mess with the different carpets because Need'll put them here. I'm just gonna click on them. What am I doing? Oh, the old switcheroo. Wow. Learn something new every year.
Once a year.
Once a year. Rain or shine.
Only once a year.
Yeah, that's really cool. Good. Okay. I can do custom ones for my area.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hear anything I'm saying because I'm muted.
No,
Exactly.
now you're not muted.
No, I'm not muted. Lonnie,
I
this
can
is
hear
a
you.
trader llama. So if you do, let's say that's gray, right? If you do,
Yeah.
it's white. If you do a white one on a regular non-trader llama, it will look different.
Okay.
Wait, there's non-trader llamas? I always thought
Yeah,
that
there's
was
regular llamas that get born into the world.
There's actually different patterns between the.
freaking where?
What?
A trader,
That
like,
I
is a
did not
trader
know.
with his own people.
Yeah, they're different. They're not the same.
I know that the trader llama had its own pattern. I didn't realize.
Yeah, so if you have like a regular llama from like the wild, and you put a carpet on it, it's gonna be a different coloring.
Where do you
pattern.
find these llamas?
They're in the hillsides.
You guys ever try to do moss carpet on them?
No, it
No,
won't.
but that's interesting.
That could be an interesting one, yeah. I think that would be sick.
I don't think it'll do anything, but it should.
It should. It should make it like really leafy.
Yeah.
Well, we should talk to the guy that runs this server and see if he can figure something out.
True.
I don't know if I can do that without a client mod.
Dang.
Man.
Yeah.
Man.
You make a bamboo boat.
Oh, the lime green one's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's bamboo raft.
It looks like a ice cream thing. Just wanna bite it.
Mm-hmm.
You said purple. No way.
Which one is it the gray one? That does like the bandit looking one?
Yes, I think. Gray?
I think it's gray.
Enderman. The purple is Enderman. Sweet.
Okay, I like that.
Why is he looking at me like that? Dude, don't look at me like that.
I did not give you the permission to look at me like that.
It's a dark gray. So, yeah, the dark gray one gives him glasses, Lonnie.
Oh, I keep getting. Oh, no way. He's looking at
Like Zorro.
looking at me.
It's like
That's the
Zoro.
dark gray one, and he has glasses like he's a superhero.
Yeah, it has like a maze.
So, Needle, are you just shift clicking on him? Because I was getting.
Yeah,
every-
you can shift on it, take it off, and then put it back on again. Yeah, the regular gray carpet does the glasses, which is really funny. Go.
That one's a good one.
That's
like that one.
terrible. It looks like ketchup and mustard all over him.
Just happy to be home. If not, we'll play games.
So, what are these big bobbers?
Oh, Lonnie.
Pardon?
The thingies you're standing on, Lonnie?
No, these giant bobbers with targets on them.
Oh, that one, it doesn't have anything in it yet. Oh, I still have to put the thingies in them yet. Sorry.
Use them to catch things, Lonnie. Like fish.
To
So
catch them.
the center one will have fireworks in the top of it that will like actual like fireworks that explode. And so if you hit the middle of the target, it'll set them off. It sets them off so that way
So
Cool.
bullseye. The way it's set up right now is you have to hit the bullseye. If you do not hit the bullseye, then it won't go off. The Pokeballs on either side of the Poke Center don't do anything other than to hide redstone.
Okay.
Oh, Epo, I had another idea as far as like on the other side of the road. What I might do is put in almost like a hotel of sorts, but they'll be shaped like Pokeballs, so everybody can sleep in their own Pokeball.
an orb-shaped
like-
hotel. I've always wondered what it's like to be inside
Mm-hmm.
Pokeball.
Mm-hmm. I thought actually about doing them completely out of glass so you could see through them.
You can maybe do like the top part, half of it out of glass, red glass.
Yeah, but then it would just look. I feel like it would look funny, but
Yeah.
I agree. But it'll be really cool to like to do that. So that was a thought that I had. So you'll
Oh,
have
it's a
the
neat
Poke-
idea.
So yeah, you'll have the Poke Central on one side, and then on the other side, next to the casino, is you have like a hotel. So you have like the hotel and casino, so to speak. It just will be Pokemon themed and not Monte Carlo themed, but I could try to play into it a little bit if I really needed to.
Tell me about this helicopter turtle.
Helicopturtle. That could be a Pokemon name.
Yeah, could
True.
be.
It's Venusaur. It's a Venusaur. It's a Venusaur statue.
Venusaur?
My Venusaur.
It's a Venusaur, so it's a type of Pokemon.
Cool.
Yeah. And then on the other side,
That's sugar fries.
It's got a sweet look.
is Blastoise. So this is Blastoise on this side.
Hi, Blastoise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
he's
plan
got-
on putting in 2 Charizards while I'm at it. That'll be later on, once I do some more landscaping. Yep, and this is the Poke Cache so far. I haven't completely got all of it in here yet, but it'll be 2 floors. The first floor will it'll work very similarly to how the Epo's geocache works, but it'll
You did
be
again.
for Pokemon gyms.
Nice.
So there'll be gyms theoretically across the world of Shroomhearth that people can go to either battle, or it'll be like a parkour system to like try some sort of challenge to try to beat the gym, so then you can get rewards such as like Pokeballs and like a gym badge. And yeah, it'll work similarly to that.
Spartan in chat has a question, and I'm sure we're all wondering this too.
Mm-hmm.
He asks, "What is Pokemon?" Does anyone know what Pokemon is?
Oh man, that's great.
Well,
A very,
fans
very
are pocket
amazing game.
monsters.
True. It basically kind of is like pocket monsters, to be honest with you. But Pokemon are like little. How do I describe them? Because they're not animals. They could be animals.
They've been like too
They're
involved in my life. I don't know how to explain them anymore.
they're basic. They're
One
basically kind of like animals that you find in the wild and to catch them, but they have like these special abilities, and so you can trade them with other people. You can battle against other like Pokemon to defeat other Pokemon, and Pokemon don't. It's hard because they technically faint, so they don't die. They just go into like a very, very deep sleep until they're like revived. Anyway.
In canon, they can die though, can't they?
Yes. That's like the hard part. Is like, but in the games, they don't die per se. They just faint. So they just kind of go into
Blech.
like a sleep until they're healed. Yeah. But like in the anime, that they can die. Yes.
Ebo, you want to take a
They
shot?
they do like kind of allude
What's up?
to death in the games, but they like really hide it.
Yeah. It's the fainting is basically a death, so to speak. But since it is
I don't think it's
geared
full needle.
towards children,
I filled it.
not death in that sense.
Yeah, but they do like kind of, I guess, kind of hide it, but not really, because of like different Pokedex entries talk about death, like with different ghost Pokemon.
Yeah, because then you have like your
Good
ghost
job,
type
Flint.
Pokemon. There's a whole like huge lore behind it, but it is a game. It is a whole like franchise of a
Honey?
game. That is very.
How many
that was
points do
very
I get if I hit
old. It's
Lonnie?
actually very in depth. But that, in a nutshell,
Because you kill him or not.
in a very, 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 very simplified nutshell, is Pokemon.
You also need to catch them all, though.
More.
Yes.
You have to be the best that there ever was.
Yes, that too.
The very best.
Simplified nutshell sounds really good, right? Hey, Laura.
Yeah.
What is this red little car? And MOA wants to know how to get one.
What is the red little what?
Is that Lightning McQueen?
Oh, it's Lightning
Lightning
McQueen.
McQueen.
It's yeah. So the little car is Lightning McQueen, and it's a skin that you can put on, and you can print a head.
Hang on.
I have the skin, and Needle also has the skin.
BRB.
Awesome.
Now Spartan wants to know what
Don't have-
SpongeBob is. I'm pretty sure SpongeBob is a Pokemon.
I'm about to just have a Pokemon.
100% a Pokemon. Do we have to create more bunk beds?
No, I just wanted my green bed, so I didn't get a blue name. I carry a bed on me all the time now. Lonnie, can I have my bed back, by the way?
Oh, I didn't know I had it. I'm really sorry.
Yeah. So
I
this
Better
little
be.
red,
Don't
red
actually-
car is a decorated head. Needle gave him to me. These are supposed to be cherry logs. This one right here.
I do not have it. Somebody else has it then.
I actually don't have it, yeah.
Oh, it's me. It's me. I'm sorry. I didn't even realize I went into it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Somebody's been carrying my bed.
But yeah. So that's kind of what's going on right now. We're getting there. Slowly but surely.
Cool.
Oh, we're silly.
Vroom.
Vroom.
Yeah.
Ugh. The fun part about like this whole project is honestly just like creating this whole thing, because this whole area, with the exception of this building that I am currently building, is all conceptualized from my brain. The courtyard shape is more inspired by B-Man and the casino, but the inner part and all the decorative like area pieces are mine.
That's pretty nice.
Oh, is that the source skin?
Honey.
What's up?
Honey. Honey.
The real Lightning McQueen is here.
Oh.
Lightning.
Look at him. He's speed.
Yay. Okay,
Have two.
I'll get that to Noise house. Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh, I should go and put one. Yeah, I'll put it in your mailbox, and I'll put the other one in my store. Yeah, where I just show different heads. And Pac-Man. Thank you, Needle.
Welcome.
That's my wife.
Yes, move away. If you guys want
Yeah.
meter, let me know. I can always get meter.
Oh, can I have Maynard? That would be awesome.
Yeah. Give me a minute.
What? Oh, some of these are just skeleton heads. Easy enough. Switch one out.
I also have a tomater skin, so I can also get a tomater as well if you want one.
Looks like Needle's working on it already.
Okay. Oh, I wasn't sure. Yeah, and then once all these buildings are done, then y'all get to see a lot of head printing from me. It's gonna be great. So much fun. I have to print at least a few stacks of heads.
Alright, I have to ask because there's more than one type. Do you want regular meter or the
Tokyo meter.
Tokyo meter? Because there's rusty meter, which is the original, and then the polished blue that he originally was.
Pick the original meter, the rusty
Original
one.
meter? Okay.
I've only ever seen the first Cars movie, so I'm just sort of stuck in that.
You got it.
Yeah. Can't beat the original.
Nope.
Yeah.
Did you lose your tow meter, Laura?
I did, yes.
I'll make sure I print you one as well.
Dun-dun. Yeah, because I lost all of my when we were after that night. I lost all of those. Like I don't even have any more of my. I don't even have the achievement heads anymore. The only achievement head I have right now is. Who do I have? Who did I just get?
You just got one of them recently.
I just got one of them recently, but I got it while I was in the porcelain, so Epo had to give it to me.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, that's the only other one that I have right now. I don't actually let me pull out my head box. Let me see if I can find it. I know I have it in there somewhere. Is it that one? No, it's not that one. No, it's not that one.
Hey, Lonnie.
Where is it?
What? What's up?
Were you shown these yet?
Yeah, Needle showed me that recently.
Oh, nice.
Coolest thing ever. Oh, I gotta catch it now. Uh-oh. Flint has it.
Flint has it.
Uh-oh.
SpaghettiOs.
Uh-oh. He dropped it. I can't find it. There he is. Yeah, those are fun. That's good thinking.
Yeah. Hope it makes it easier to use them.
I think my other head box is at home.
Okay.
Yeah, it has to be at home because I'm not seeing it in any of my other shulkers. I know I have one. I just don't know where it is currently. Wait. Oh, I know, I found it.
There he is, Tomater.
It was Captain Vegetable's head that I got, and I found it.
Oh yeah.
Where's Lonnie?
My tomato, Dindo.
Pac-Man, I'll be right back.
I'll put my tomato away in my ender chest for now.
Have
Yeah.
a couple of tomato.
Mhm.
A not to. Thank you very much.
To not
Welcome.
to.
MOA, I'll put it in an ender chest for you.
Okay, thanks. That'll help.
Where is my noggin? Non-existent. Yeah, when I lost
Mhm.
all of... Yeah, when I lost all of mine, I lost at least like 5 or 6 achievement heads.
Aw.
I have a list of the ones that I have. I can always have them replaced later, but they're not... That's not urgent right now.
Do you want me to reset those for you?
Actually, yes, could you?
Yeah. Let me see.
There. Do you want the list of which ones that need to be reset?
All the player advancement ones, right?
Yeah. The only one that technically doesn't necessarily need to is Captain Vegetables, I think.
It'll be easier for me to reset all of them and then grant you back the Captain Vegetable one.
That's fine.
It does look like Mater. That's cute.
Yeah. The buck teeth.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's not.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
can get
God.
my own head again. I can go slay more dragons to go get my own head again.
Hmm.
Oh.
I thought this would be easier, but I don't think I understand this well enough. I won't do this right now, Laura. Sorry.
No, it's okay. You don't have to do it right now. I wasn't expecting anything like right this second, so you're good.
How about now?
No. Well, that was cool.
Not gonna lie, I'm also playing Pokemon Go while I build this whole Pokemon area.
Yep.
Because necessary. Where is this supposed to go?
As long as you live in an area where you can just be static and make a lot of progress, it's not a bad way to do it.
Pretty much. Well, because right now, with me being in a different country, I can't use my data plan that I have from the States. So, I have to be on Wi-Fi. Otherwise, I rack up a bunch of charges for my parents, and I don't want to do that. So,
You can't get like an international data plan.
I can, but
Or
we
just a
don't-
plan for the Cayman Islands.
I can, but I would end up with a completely new number and everything like that. So, right now, we're working on that part of it. We haven't gotten that far.
Yeah, sounds like a situation.
Like technically, I also don't really have a bank account yet at the moment. We're working on that. That's
You're
just
off the
more of like
grid.
well, it's just more like I have to go get all the paperwork and take it to the bank and do all the things that they need me to do, and that's about it.
Yeah, I get it.
I just haven't gotten the far.
Yeah.
I have had other things on my brain.
It's like Pokemon.
Yeah.
I did want to potentially talk about Halloween tonight.
Ooh, true. That's coming up relatively.
It's coming up.
Soon-ish.
Almost Halloween time already?
I know,
Which
right?
is so
I went
much
to
fun
Wawa.
for
They had pumpkin
Halloween.
spice out already.
Oh.
The coffee.
Right, Duncan.
Yeah. And I was not upset about it.
I don't like it when they say it's pumpkin spice. There's no such thing as pumpkin spice. It is a mixture of spices.
It is a
There's no
mixture of
such thing.
spices. And pumpkin, you're right, it has nothing to do with it. It's just the mixture that happens to be used in pumpkin pie.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like if it's called pumpkin pie spice, that's different because that is accurate. But it's not
Completely.
actually pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice isn't a thing.
Hello.
Hello, Omega.
Hey, oh my god.
Welcome to the shit show.
Yeah, but like by the time I get back, it'll already be early September. And if we're gonna plan any kind of event or thing in general for Halloween, we should start thinking about that now.
Now, yeah.
Otherwise, like Hollowvale just can exist and we could just build
We
things
should do
there.
like a trick or treat thing. That'd be fun. Like trick or treat thing.
We
Like on
did
the
that
server.
before. A lot of fun.
That'd be fun. Ooh, I was about to say if we could also talk more about the build awards and stuff, and we could do like like a Halloween theme.
Yeah,
best Halloween theme build.
I keep thinking about the build awards and like when would it be appropriate to do it. Part of me thinks it would make sense for it to be like an anniversary event. The one trouble with that is that the anniversary is in December, like early December. It kind of coincides with other holiday things, but maybe it's not really an issue. Maybe it's a non-issue because it's not really something we have to plan for. It's just like we vote on what the best builds were for that year and we announce it. We have a presentation, but it's something you have to actually build or spend a lot of time planning for.
Funny.
Yeah.
I do want to do Secret Santa this year again, for sure. That was so much fun last year.
It's a little
Yeah,
house.
and I didn't
tiny house.
participated that one last year, so I want to do that.
It's a tiny
it.
house.
Tiny house. Tiny house.
It's cute.
I have a tiny house.
Huh.
A tiny house.
I could use it as like a mailbox. Just put it on top of put it on top of the furnace.
What if
Baby house.
if we did trick or treating, like we give out treats from each of our respective bases, and like we have to go around to our bases and do some kind of the crying.
Yeah.
But yeah, like instead of it, Needle, like when we did it on World 4, it was just in that little area of the Halloween town. And we just put a loot table on it. But maybe we can make it like you have to go to people's bases and maybe they have a trick set up there or a puzzle or something that you have to solve. And if you solve it, then you get to take a treat. Yeah.
That's a possibility, yeah.
That would be fun.
Then it's more about building things and going around and seeing people's stuff than just loot.
Yeah.
And maybe getting a piece of candy or maybe getting an arrow to the face.
Yeah, I mean the treat that people would give out could be whatever they want. Maybe it could be thematic to their place, or it could just be whatever nice thing they want to give.
It could be a decorative head.
Sure.
Could be a decorative head, yeah.
We need to get more bones to make more bone meal. Make more white guys.
That is not gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I got oodles of bone meal.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. She keeps changing skin shapeshifter.
Try the horse.
Oh.
What's up with the horse?
Try the horse.
Pretty good horse.
I
Look
think
at
it's
that fast
faster than
horse.
B-Man's. Just ever so slightly.
What's poop time, huh?
Oh yeah, I saw you working in your nether chamber the other day.
Have you seen how many horses are in there?
Oh my
Not
god.
recently.
Yeah.
Oh you're good for a bit. Okay.
Oh, I'm good. I'm chilling for a hot minute. You're good.
Okay.
You are a
Oh.
Gucci.
I got a charm. Thanks.
Yep. I'm trying to remember. Anyone who shows up for a meeting gets a charm. Oop.
Almost too fast.
When was the last time anyone's been to Hollowvale?
Actually, me and Laura were just there.
Oh,
We were
yeah.
there. Yeah, me and you were there the other day because I needed Blackstone.
Uh,
Oh yeah. But not really.
You can always, if you want to go visit again to take a look at things, we can do that.
no, I was thinking if, while we're talking about it, we could go over there and look and remember what was there. Get inspired, maybe.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind, like, planning another build for that place because I really liked how the portal turned out. I
Yeah,
think
oh my
I have a
gosh.
knack
It was
for
really
that kind of
good.
like cartoon looking, weird looking builds.
That is one hell of a jump, Omega. I will not lie to you.
3.5.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I have a couple horses that'll do 4.
Oh my god.
They're just not fast.
Oh yeah. Actually, while we're here, can I ask you to take a quick look at this awful design that I hate?
Oh.
I've been trying to force out an embassy building for Briscus, and I don't know. It's over in this way.
Yeah.
This is the more recent attempt. I was trying to incorporate more of like the Briscus and house
Ooh.
template into it, but I don't know. I just don't know. I didn't do any interior or anything, just trying to like make it look good on the outside first.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only thing I kind of like about this is these windows. I
I
put
really do like the windows are really striking.
glass panes behind the regular glass, so it kind of looks like from some space away that there's like bars in the windows, and also just putting the lichen in there too is interesting. I think they're kind of
Yeah.
frosted.
I feel
So
like it needs more dimension.
Yeah, more
I
depth. It
love
is
the
very
roof.
flat, but it's intentionally flat.
I love the roof. This roof is really nice. It actually, it feels like it could use some more character. Like the windows are really great design as far as like they pop out. But if the intention is for this to be much more of a flat-ish design, yes, but it doesn't feel very icy.
A lot of the building style in Briskeson is inspired from like Icelandic or Norwegian like modern houses, not like the old Vikings or anything like that, but like modern day regular houses, and they're all like very flat and simple, but colorful. And it's I feel like it's hard to make something like that look great in Minecraft, because just like you said, like you can't really
It's
add
too
any
flat
depth
in
to it.
Minecraft.
It is too flat in Minecraft.
I do like, okay, so the teal is a great color with the white and the black, so and the gray tones. So that's actually a really good starting point.
I was trying to incorporate
Again,
the colors from the banner, the Briskeson banner.
oh,
So the cyan, white, black, and there is some regular blue in it too. But
if again, I promise we're with the dragon as far as there's no like greens, but maybe
I can show you what the first design was.
Sure,
like
let's look at that.
adding adding another layer of the color in.
Oh yeah.
Like, especially at these hinge points where the intersections would be.
Right.
And then that way it would add a little bit more something to it visually so it wouldn't feel as flat feeling.
Could also put like trapdoors on that too, just to make it bumpier.
Yeah.
And have that
again,
other
it's,
color behind it.
This a regular prismarine block at the bottom for like a base. That way it again gets like it looks like it's the bottom of the pillar kind of feeling and adds a layer of dimension to color tones.
Wow.
Yeah, you don't leave out the entire prismarine palette because like there's some very nice capabilities.
Yeah, there are. I should consider that.
Teal, and then as and then a regular prismarine. The other half of that is stripped dark oak as a counter color as a warm tone.
I do have like spruce in here. What do you think? Spruce is too bright?
It may be a little bit too bright still, because again, there's a lot of white. So unless you're gonna line the walls, like make the rooms a little bit smaller because you're gonna do a double layer.
I don't think the dark oak would clash too much with the deep slate.
No, actually it doesn't. Actually pretty amazing how well it does that.
Well, that could be something. And this one too. No, actually, this side of the building is on an even scale. So I could do something with the terracotta there.
Is this facing the street?
Yeah, this will be facing the street.
Okay.
Well, both this side and this side will be facing streets.
Okay.
This side will be facing Main Street. And then there's another street that has yet to be developed on this side.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I wasn't sure, like, trying to figure out the trim to these windows.
You know what I mean? Like, adds it, but that doesn't look right.
Nah, because you already got these, like, deep slate
Yeah.
details around it. I like how the walls look here. I'm most happy with this.
This is actually quite nice with the lines.
Yeah, putting quartz like that kind of looks like it's just slats or something.
Yeah.
Or even just a white planks of some kind.
That was very nice, actually.
Yep.
Oh, and pure oxidized copper is a great like other end of the scale. Green with the green.
Oh yeah, copper.
Yeah,
Forgot about copper.
Oxidized, the pure oxidized, especially in this format here. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous as far as like that green tones up against overall. It's got the little rivets, so it actually has a nice tone to it.
I might prefer that.
Over the prismarine, yeah. What looks like an anchor point too, with the big old bolts in it.
Yeah.
Jordan is a goober.
What?
Usually are.
What is it now?
So he's cooking food, but
Don't you dare.
Sorry, I was just curious. It's okay.
Hold on. No.
I can let him explain when he's done.
It's nothing bad. It's nothing bad.
I hope it's something funny.
It is. He's making food, right? And he is making like we have like a little like toaster oven, so to speak, to like cook fries in. but we're trying to make like cheese fries, but with the fries is they have to be in for a little bit, like in an oven for a little bit, and then you put the cheese on top of it. But
Right.
he didn't like do the first step. He put the cheese on them right away.
Oh.
And he was wondering why it was smoking up so bad.
Okay, this.
That's why I was saying he was a goober.
Yeah, this could maybe
to be
be
fair,
something.
they're not. The fries themselves are not frozen because we have like a mini fridge to put in a context. We're basically keeping most of our stuff in like a mini fridge. So we don't have like a whole lot of like groceries.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just funny. We don't really have like a freezer. So technically they were like room temperature fries. But he's not burning anything down, which is good.
Indeed. But yeah, that looks better, Epo.
It's something that could give it some depths on top of the flat. Like, if not within the structure of the building itself, then something attached to it, like the ice. It'll just be tricky to make it look like good and natural. This is something I tried to do with the Iceworks on World 4 too, having the ice on the roof, but I very quickly got overwhelmed by the size of the roof there. But here it might be reasonable.
Yes, I feel like this might be a little bit better. And again, you always can do a little bit of snow on top too. It would
Yeah, on top of the ice even, or like mix in some blue ice too, on the parts on the roof here, like where it's more dense. Yeah, that's an idea. I wouldn't mind incorporating some skulk type stuff somewhere too. Just for the lore of it, but not not too much. Like, or maybe just a small corner of the building that's a little skulked up.
We could, to be fair, we could always put in a skulk farm.
I'm not putting a skulk farm in the Riskus and Embassy, but yes, we should have a skulk farm somewhere.
No, I mean like somewhere.
Somewhere,
not
we should.
in like the actual NBC.
I don't think Briskeson is very proud of their skulk situation.
Fair.
They're always skulking about.
Yeah.
What was the first one?
The first one is just over here. This is like totally in a different direction with just detail everywhere, and it's a mess.
It reminds me of the Russian palace.
Yeah, it definitely has that kind of vibe to it. This was before I had like tried to come up with a more consistent design system for Briskeson as a whole, and I was just like, okay, these are the colors on the banner, let's just go crazy. And also Soul Ice was established by then too, so I have these like eerie it probably doesn't look good in the porcelain, but I was thinking this would look really cool in the overworld.
It would actually with
the different layered ice and glass and light sources, yeah.
Oh my god, this texture of the blue.
Yeah.
Do coral block.
Right.
So good.
Right, I do like that.
Oh,
it's a nice color.
Beautiful, rich blue with the two-tone blacks on it. Because this is like the deep slate and the polish, yeah. So it's like, but this is like, I love this little piece section right here. Like this is absolutely.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yes.
Even got some lapis in there.
Yeah, again, the whole blues in that section with the two-tone black, really, and then again the little bit of the white inside, just pops that corner. Love that.
Yeah. Totally different direction, so I couldn't really take much from that, and
we're getting closer.
We're getting closer?
We're getting closer to like the top of the building.
Oh yeah. Even at the top here, there's I had like all these soul lanterns in the roof inside the ice.
Oh god.
I don't know what came over me with that idea, but I guess a part of me thought it would look cool at nighttime.
It may, yeah.
You wouldn't really see it from the ground either.
No. I like the side detail though. This is quite nice. I'm getting very fond of inset walls.
Yeah,
inside stone, like
I'm starting to use walls a lot more for stuff too. Even before that B-dubs episode, but that B-dubs episode like really was the nail in the coffin. They're underutilized. Here even there's just some walls.
Again, it can look so good as far as like using it as part of a wall to create the backdrop, like in here too on top section. You did that here.
Yeah.
Where it's actually in like making a thin wall, so you have like this tiny bit of lip.
Yeah.
Tiny bit of lip, but it actually does so well for depth of the space.
Actually, I did use some walls in like the base of the building in the second design here. Same as at the base of the other briskets and houses. They get the light there.
I saw that immediately. Right here, you look down, you can see the lamp.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of that too.
Yes.
There is
have a whole bunch of that.
marine wall.
Okay.
For texture.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had other
what
ones.
if you came out a block, like
Ooh.
where the lanterns are?
Hang on. Is that anything?
Have polished.
Yeah, we need more walls and partial blocks in general.
Yes.
I don't know.
Actually, that's interesting.
It's interesting, but I don't know.
We should be a quartz wall would be wonderful for that.
I did that, and then instead of the mushroom blocks.
I was just about to suggest taking that top.
Oh, I have a bunch of brown mushroom blocks where you can like them.
I would say leave the bottom ones in there for the gradient.
Oh yeah. You like the gradient?
The gradient in the bottom, because it should be a little dirtier because it's closer to the ground. You know what I mean?
Is that anything?
Yes, that's quite a bit of something. I like.
What about the quartz layer as wall?
Only trouble or problem I have with that is on top of the glass.
Yep.
Damn it.
And what about some?
Ooh, or maybe that's too much.
That's a lot of pattern. Oh, so it makes that's the top half of a crystalline. You can see that.
Yep. Or
The bottom half, yeah.
You don't want to go back.
I don't know. I feel like it's too busy.
It is quite
Like,
busy.
The blue is too busy. Like, what the hell did I get that from? Hang on.
Yeah,
How about
just the.
what
Is
about
it just the terracotta bit that's too busy?
I was like, well, what about simplifying it? Just a soft texture.
I could break out the coral again.
Could you wet that? Ooh, ooh. That's not terrible with the soft texture to it.
What's it look like with?
Hang on.
I think that's too flat again.
Yeah, that's why again it's with the softer, the powder, because the powder was something.
I'm onto something.
I think it needs to be filled with something. It's just empty. Yeah.
Oh no! I thought if it was attached, it would be fine.
Me too. Hang on.
Those are gonna die out too.
Yeah. Oh, that's a shame. That's sad.
What happened?
Coral dies if that's submerged in water.
However,
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but it's the we had the candle. Oh, your candles, yeah. Completely like.
It's a different color.
It's a pop. It's like if you have, mostly teals, and it's like teal technically is the opposite of purple because that incorporates the green, so that's the opposite tone. So a purple up against it.
Could work.
Mega.
Oh, if only. Why'd they have to make it so nice looking? Come on.
It's very funny how Jedi say, "Ooh."
Why couldn't they just make it out of bedrock? The dang portal. Stop teasing us.
Like yes, we wouldn't like it so much. It already has a whole nother layer of dimension to it as far
Her
as
name?
like. Yes.
I have been summoned.
I have been summoned.
You rang.
About less iron block and more simple. Now it's iron block there. There. Well, actually, that's not bad. Now they've taken out those other lines. It actually looks a lot better.
Oh.
Took out the iron blocks entirely.
I don't mind that. What if I use iron down here?
It's actually not bad. Is it right? It still very much matches the lining gradient from the other side. Ooh.
Better?
Yeah, I like that better. Yeah. Again, the darker, dirtier colors on the bottom. Which adds lends to that gradient effect. Yeah, I like that.
What's that look like on the inside? Yeah. Doesn't really change much.
I'll throw some paintings on the wall.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, if you find you want to do a double layer on the inside, you always keep double layering on the inside, and therefore add another layer of color and dimension to the inside space. I think it says you have to like completely box in this either. You can leave this side of the window exactly as and just put wall on the
I mean, because
side.
there's the panes here. That's kind of why I boxed it in.
Right, but it looks no. That's what I'm
but
saying.
just pull this out.
Oh yeah, true.
You know.
Hang on, like.
But then there's not much space on the. I guess it doesn't matter. I could put like some prop or something in that corner.
Like you can do like. You know what I mean? Like edge the wall, and then that way it gives it another layer of dimensional color in the room itself of spacing.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And ties in other parts of the room, like even for like the small window here, it's okay to do.
I don't like how many scorpions are in this area.
I know.
As you can see, I haven't really thought about the interior at all yet, but I will take that into consideration, having just like 2 thick walls so that I can play around with colors in here more.
Yeah, and something like this is then it creates a sill. You could put potted plants on them and things like that, or candles or something. It creates another dimension of decoration areas too.
Mm-hmm.
Nice spot to put a decorative pot or.
That's a very big pot. The whole window.
Well, that's such a good object.
It's a good object.
That's a good object. You're all good objects.
I'm an object now.
I can't jump into them. I wish you could jump into
I am an
them.
object with many properties. I'm very complex.
Can we have these drop emeralds instead of pots when you break them?
I wish. Is that possible? Does it have a loot table?
That actually would be really cool if that were the case.
Hilarious.
We could literally make a Legend of Zelda, like a whole like Zelda theme thing.
Love how they stack. Like this gives so many opportunities now to me.
Yeah, I do like that a lot too.
It's pillars. I'm like, oh, I like this a lot.
Chimney. I mean, just a straight up.
Yeah, good old fashioned
Terracotta
chimney.
Palm tree.
Yeah.
Oh, palm tree.
And it's cool because you could put the carvings and stuff in them too, so that way they could tell a story.
Like a totem pole.
Yeah.
No. Ooh. Oh, hello. I didn't know you could do that.
You can put any block on top of them.
Well, oh.
Can't do snow.
You're here to break the game.
No, I think snow layers have to be on a solid block.
Oh, moss too. Oh, I like that moss. Oh, pardon me.
Oh, that actually lines up really nicely. The pressure plate. And coral attached to it? No. I like the gold one.
Like, too bad you can't put stuff in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a sorting system.
Oh, you can put heads on them, can't you? Well, you sure can. But you kind of hide the entire,
It looks like a
the rest of
body.
it. You could make this look like texture it with the same colors as the pot to make it look like a different style of the pot.
Yes, that's definitely when I have my potted plant. Like, absolutely. No, Drifstone does not like it. No, Drifstone does not like it. Like that, yeah, potted plant. Oh, something like that. Oh my, that got bright in here really fast.
Right?
Yeah, like, you put that down. Oh. Yeah, and it got bright in here.
Do you have shaders on or something?
No, I have, brighter, it's the texture pack from, Tweaks.
The microphone is on.
Whose microphone's off?
Mine?
Oh, Carol came in.
Oh.
Oh! So Vanilla Tweaks has, where ambient light is brighter.
Carol.
Hello?
Hello? Carol's my homie.
Carol says hi.
Hi, Carol.
Pretty funny. Everyone it's like you're trying to make mead.
Mead?
Yeah, it looks like or beer or something. It looks like the valve that's keeping at the top. So as the carbon dioxide gases are being released from the yeast, it doesn't blow up the container.
A pressure valve.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, that works. Mega's channeling his Lonnie.
Nice little still going.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, it plugs the hole. And I'll turn it. Top of it fills the hole.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, well, the pots aside, I have some stuff to think about. So I think I'm good on this for now. Thank you for taking a look.
No problem.
Let's check out Hollowvale.
Sure.
Who's this? Oh, Lonnie logged out there. Oh, look. You still have an layout.
Who has an LA?
One does, I think.
Oh.
Well, it was following him anyway. I'm not sure where it went. It was just there.
It's
It was. It went under the
down
road.
over here.
No, that's the one that's tied up. That's a different one. I think it's like under the road, probably.
Yeah, there was one.
Yeah, it
following
is
me. I
under
don't
the
know
road.
why. I don't know why he was following me though.
It's over here. He's coming.
Here, fancy.
Take his item first, and then you can bottle him. Yes.
April, I have your horse, by the way.
My horse?
Yeah,
Klondike?
I have. Klondike is inside the embassy.
Oh. Okay. As long as he's safe.
Very much. He's actually quite entertaining.
He tells really good jokes.
I know he's trying to be, well, he's trying to be a comedian because he's
Which way?
well, me and Laura cheated, and we went to Stockholm and then walked in another
Oh yeah.
the next spot.
The end portal is still up there.
Yeah.
I feel like
There
I
you go.
should change that for some reason, because nobody really uses it outside of those two holiday areas. Oh, you're gonna do it that way again? Okay.
What's simple? I'm gonna cheat and fly into it too. Oh, someone else did it before I did. There it goes.
I'm just admiring the tree some more. Too early. We go that way?
Where are we going? Oh no
Which way?
no. Oh no, we cheat even more. Come on.
Cheating more.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a portal.
Yeah, and there's still the portals for both of them. So, and I built a small direct tunnel between the two of them at the moment. So, behind the portal. Good jump up one though. They're different levels. And there we are.
Okay. Yeah.
They're good here at night.
I still love the portal.
Me
Oh,
too.
Yes. I'm glad no one trimmed his
Someone
nails.
gave him toe fungus, nail fungus.
That's been like that for a little while too.
Yeah.
So.
I believe it. I would like to continue these paths around.
Inside the frogs all left. Uh-oh.
Maybe one thing I can work on is like this entrance gate that I had marked out, as well as the my big idea for the ancient city like lazy river ride.
Yes. I seen one of them.
I can expand the paths into this area that's not really developed much, aside from the zombie that's here.
Papa Zombie was moved. Funny, his hands loaded before anything else to me. Just two giant blocks in the sky.
We can make a Papa Zombs.
Papa Zombs? Oh god!
Some really like freaked up pizza.
Yeah.
Be like Dungeons and Daddies where they have Papa John's in their world, and it's like a dystopian like king named Papa John, and he's like got people in a line to go into this molten cheese to turn them into pizzas.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and like the molten cheese with like the people are being thrown into is like directly linked into Papa John's veins.
Oh my
Ugh.
god. It's really
Yeah,
It's a whole system.
yeah, it is. Yeah,
It's really messed up.
yeah.
Yeah, no, there's still plenty of things and room to be.
Yeah,
here.
lots of potential.
The
Including this thing that Ender was working on. I hope she
Oh, yeah.
continues this.
I don't remember
did
seeing
you
this here before. Mr. Mushroom.
yeah, that's straight from. No, that's kind of funny now too. That mushroom is from. Not veg. TT. Technotoast. Right?
PP.
Okay.
I like him a lot. I like his nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. No mushroom.
I'm not sure what
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. Technically speaking, that way where Mega is flying, that direction over past the skull, is back to Soccer.
Yeah.
Which is really funny because that's where all the frogs are. The frogs are on that mountain there.
Well, yeah, that was the whole point, though, was Stockholm should be semi-close to...
And it is. It is.
It still feels like very bright here.
So far. We had discussed maybe putting something up in the sky.
Yeah, do you think we could block the skylight? Would that be cool?
It might be. We had talked about.
We could use tinted glass too, so you can still see like the clouds and the sky itself, but it'll block the light.
A buck light, yeah. That was something we had talked about, yeah.
Put a tinted dome over the entire area.
Right.
Essentially.
Do a massive glass fog effect.
Oh my god. Insane.
There you go. You wanted it darker.
There it goes. Yep,
Oh,
that's perfect.
Oh, I would like to see the lightning rod get struck again. I don't know why.
Oh, the ones on the.
No, the pillar by the beam.
Oh.
That's deliberately there to catch the lightning. I don't. Oh, it is trying. Alright, it's flickering. Yeah, there it goes.
got a trident?
Do. That's not mine.
Probably mine.
Okay.
Huh.
Oh shit. Gotta wait. And absolutely clean that top section. There you go. I didn't do that one. The bottom one. Yeah, there it goes. Oh, I missed again.
Is that as much as it'll clean?
Yeah, 3
I-
blocks.
Yeah,
Lightning
it's
only
like 3 some act. Yeah.
affects 3 blocks, 3 block radius. So.
Oh, are you sure about that?
Well, did you hit lower?
No, it hit 1 block lower. Oh, see if I hit the block, it doesn't do it. Come on. I missed again. Oh, look, I got 4. I got 4.
Nice.
I guess it varies from time to time. Oh. Oh, that's over.
What kind of stereotypical Halloween things are we missing from here, too? Bats, rats, pumpkin.
A corn maze?
Spiders.
Spider.
Yeah. We don't have a corn. Yeah, corn maze.
A maze would be fun.
Oh, this is my house. I had to come by and give my horse some fencing.
Phantom.
Wandered off. Yeah. Or is it appropriate name?
It's technically an arena. It's a sacrificial slab.
Who's hopping on it?
I gotta put my stuff away.
I gave it the office.
Well, I'll just drop all my items.
Oh god.
I don't think it'll work if I just kill myself. I think somebody has to kill me.
Why did you leave?
I posted that because we were talking about corn maze.
Oh no.
It just made me think of a line he says in that video. They call it
probably-
maze because you get lost in its incredible flavor.
Oh no. Actually, I dropped your head at you, Bo.
Yeah, it's an arena.
You also.
counts as your terracotta.
Did you all see that stuff that spit out into chat? With the XP levels?
No.
Okay, good. Good. That was old debug things that I left in there by accident.
What do you miss, Sneepo?
I'm throwing shit into the bin as I find it.
How much XP do you have right now, Omega?
50. And I had 0.
Yes.
How many?
Good.
You had 50?
50.
Oh my god. Oh, I have these too.
That's another thing that arenas do now, is that you'll drop all of your XP if you're killed in an arena.
Oh, there's over here.
There's also, yeah, a bunch of stuff in this chest.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'll come.
If the popped out. No, nothing. I had nothing show up on my console side.
Good.
As far as that goes. There's pens in my head. Oh, my door's open.
You want your levels back?
No, that's okay. I wasn't using them. Now I can make heads.
What?
Thank you.
And I think those emeralds were yours.
Okay,
I have no idea where they came from.
I'll take them. Make some more
Nope,
glass.
I found them on the floor. There's not mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I made there's not many houses here either, as far as that goes. I'd love to see more houses.
Yeah. I could try to build a creepy house. That would be fun if everybody had a creepy house that they could stay in here while they're working on stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what was written here.
Clear trees, reinforced nether path. There's an ancient city.
Oh, graves like everywhere. See, there is an ancient city pretty close.
Yeah.
Where's the stairway to it?
That would be fun to do as a maze.
Oh yeah.
Put a maze in
we're
there.
doing it as a
And then
lazy.
I was gonna make a lazy river ride, like you take a boat through the different tunnels and let the warden chase you on a boat. But a maze could be fun too.
it could be both.
It could be both.
Big enough.
Yeah, the entrance is right over here by this orange wool pillar, close to the mushroom man.
Ooh,
Take the lazy river down to the start of the maze, and then you have to maze your way out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's over here. Yeah, I did. You're doing Ancient City the other night. I don't want to do another Ancient City.
I'm not in the mood for that either.
I had not seen this one though. You guys had gone down, and I'm like, nope.
So I'm pretty sure that this is the same ancient city as the one by that mountain.
It is. It's
It's connected to it. Yeah, it's
enormous.
at least two ancient cities actually connected to each other.
Mhm. It's so far down. We're still doing stone. There's the. I was like, we haven't hit deep slate yet. There's deep.
It helps that this. I mean, it doesn't help, but you can't go down this staircase very fast.
Yeah, you keep hitting
That's
your
why
head.
smacking. Yeah, smacking my head. Yeah. Ooh, my Jebus. spits you out right into it too. Holy crap! Oh yeah, all the way across in the shadow. Oh dear God.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're doing the move around. Oh my God. So.
Yeah, that's going to be a big project either way. It's a maze or a lazy river. And I want to leave a lot of the skulk things intact, so it's going to be a kind of a pain to work on. Hello?
B-Man! Hi, B-Man!
B-Man, you're here.
You always can cover them in wool epo and then expose them when you're ready.
True. I could. Who was that?
Omega.
It was me.
Oh.
No, it was me.
Ah! God, I knew it! No, he did that the entire time I was doing the city.
No, that was a warden. There's now a shrieker sound on the soundboard.
I did not add that. That's not me.
You are making crazy noises, though.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
That's a good one.
No. I'll pass.
It is like, nah.
I have the soundboard turned off. So I can't hear any of that.
I have it turned like really low.
Yeah.
Because it annoys me too, but I want to be at least aware that somebody's messing with it.
But you've got the teleport one that really gets you.
Yeah, or the creeper explosion.
Oh, teleportation of the Mandarin. It's the same one I use on my phone.
We have one for creeper explosion?
Red does.
Oh.
You can use other servers' soundboards.
If you have nitro.
Yeah.
Never mind, that's pretty big.
B-Man, is your computer fixed?
Yep. I'm just downloading all my... Well, I had to get a new one.
Oh.
Oh. You did get a new one. You got a new one, then?
Yeah. The motherboard exploded.
Oh, no.
How does it explode?
It didn't explode, it just died.
Okay.
Oh,
So.
that's not good either, though.
R.I.P.
At least now you have a new PC and it's better.
I just got the updated version of the laptop that I had before.
Oh, okay.
So, it's not just like my last one. It's nothing special, but like it does the job for school.
But it works.
Yeah. It'll run Minecraft.
That's all that really matters.
That's the
That's all I need.
Duh. Who needs schoolwork? Nobody needs schoolwork.
Yeah, I don't even want to know how much cactus is in that farm.
Oh. I mean, it hasn't been loaded, right?
Loaded, well, oh my.
Not that much.
I mean, if it makes me feel any better, my cactus farm currently overproduces, so I have to clean it out. Actually, I just haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
Back here, buddy.
I mean, there's way more bamboo.
Is there?
Yeah.
What are you guys up to?
We're looking at Hollowvale again and trying to think of things that we could potentially plan for Halloween.
Cool.
And I'm working on the Pokey area.
We had an idea of doing a trick-or-treating like game where like everyone builds some kind of trick or puzzle in their respective bases or cities, and then we like take turns visiting each other's places and doing the puzzle, and then we get a treat if we do it correctly or whatever. Almost like a geocache type thing.
Fun.
But more seasonal.
I would like to build some bats in the sky.
That'd be interesting.
Or something flying. Maybe not a giant phantom again, but something menacing.
No. Yeah, we already had one of those attacks.
Giant pancake.
So... This is your giant pancake. Primer's house, by the way, is still very scary to go walk into. I don't care.
Scary?
It's scary.
What, just the skulls outside?
No, if you walk into his house, it gets very scary. It's definitely a jump scare.
What?
Walk into Primer's house.
I've walked in.
Did it not go off?
What? What's supposed to go off?
You know what? You can fly. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't think.
Do I have to go downstairs?
Yeah, well, the sound alone is Skulker is kind of scary.
No,
The Skulker
are
noise.
your sounds not on, Evo?
They are on. I hear the skulk down here.
Yeah, it screeches and screams at you.
Yeah, down here. I didn't hear that when I walked in, though.
Oh, I hear it upstairs.
Yep.
Oh, you know what? I got sound physics, so I couldn't hear it through, like, the solid floor.
Oh, okay. That explains that.
This is cool, though. I never saw this part.
Mm-hmm.
I like the magma cube trapped in there. It's cool. Some forbidden knowledge down locked behind these bars.
Eldritch.
Nothing written in the book, though. There he is.
There we go.
He's alive.
Employees.
Right in my village area, and they're so loud.
Immediately assaulted. Immediately assaulted by noise.
Ever see that video of the guy like pressing down into a vat of rubber ducks or rubber chickens or whatever? It's like that, but with villagers. All right. I think I've refamiliarized myself with this place. I'll keep thinking about what I want to build. What should we do now?
Anything there last year.
No, there's nothing here I recognize from you.
I don't remember, what was I up to around that time of year last year? I don't know.
Weren't you like traveling a lot? All right, see you, Flint.
Night, everyone.
Yeah.
Good night.
But yeah, weren't you like traveling a lot?
I wasn't traveling at that point. I didn't start my travels until the end of December.
Oh,
Hockey?
No, I'm not playing. I wasn't playing hockey. Who knows?
I'm
Maybe I
in
just-
school.
Yeah, maybe I just didn't think of anything.
yeah, you're just caught up in Wondermere.
Yeah, probably.
To be fair, we didn't like have a huge community events or anything around it. We just kind of like said, yeah, this is the Halloween place. Build something Halloweeny if you feel like it. I don't know.
We kind of all showed up, cleared off the land here, and then
Halloween.
some of us hung out for a while and some of us didn't. Like,
I'm lagging.
Anders is much
How am I
far along.
lagging?
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and they came back intermittently, and then almost immediately it was Christmas, so a lot of us went into Stockholm and started doing things at Stockholm. So, like, when did I finish Twee? I didn't finish Twee until like
The beginning of summer.
Quite recently, yeah.
It was
Yeah,
like,
I did build
yeah,
at Stockholm.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. I liked that house.
It is a nice house.
It's a good house.
Cute.
All right, I don't know what to do next.
Is there
Oh,
any digging we need to
maybe
do
you haven't
anyway?
seen these yet.
Oh, yes, I saw the announcements. Slave.
Go ahead.
Easy as that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the little thing.
The little texture.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dumb. I keep flying. I'm not supposed to fly right now.
Also, from my old computer, the only important data I didn't get back onto my new one is all my data pack stuff.
Oh.
So I'm gonna have to start again.
Oh, the resource pack stuff, or
Yeah.
oh,
Like, remember I was
stuff you were learning. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just start again.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't get like super far into it anyway.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going back to normal.
Oh, B-Man needs a charm.
Oh, yes, thank
I
you.
need a charm.
Yes, you charmed.
Oh, right. Charmed. Trying to remember.
I finished my first volume of the
Ooh.
series. So I don't know who's interested, but this is the first book of the series. It's going to be multiple books because there's no way I can fit the entire first thing in one book.
I'm very interested.
The books are 100 pages, right?
Yeah. There's, according to the thing I use to write the books, since I'm using a web page, so I can just copy pasta my stuff into the book. It's 25 characters per line, and then I think there's only like 15 lines per page total. So it's not a lot, or like the other way around, where it's like 15 characters per line, or yeah, or something like that. It's like it's very limiting. So careful how much you
Let me
put
know when
on.
your update's done.
Yeah.
Why you can't play?
No, I got kicked out. I got.
It's slow.
Yeah.
Slow.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's okay.
I finished my first volume. It's
I can wait until it's done. I'll just watch my show.
It's like 15 minutes. I
Oh
guess.
my goodness.
And what I really do love is that it's not signed by your name. You can sign it as whoever you want to be, which is probably my favorite thing.
How do you do that?
That's part of the webpage I've been using.
Oh, I mean, so non-OP players can do that. Can't do that.
Well, I'm more than willing to print them if they want them printed.
Oh, okay.
I want to use the code and then give
What's
me the
the
code.
book thingy you guys are talking about?
Needle wrote a
some
book.
books.
Needle, you wrote a book.
Yeah, I'm starting to write a book.
Oh, well, I'm gonna read it.
Love this.
Yeah,
I will take a copy of it at some point whenever you distribute copies.
I'll take one for the library.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to see?
Yep.
I'm sure a couple of the Envoys families would want to have that in their home.
Oh yes. But yeah, I finished my first copy. First
Is
volume.
this like a Minecraft book? Sorry.
Yeah.
It's a Minecraft book.
Ooh.
It's
I want to
yeah,
read it.
a couple of quiet moments at work, and then just editing, like visually reading it out loud to myself quietly over and over again when it gets quiet at work, just like a moment or two, and to make sure, like, grammatically speaking, and if you can't say it out loud, there's something wrong. So it's like, if I'll say it out loud, it's like, no, that sounds wrong. Go back in, fix that, and then just re-editing constantly. So the first one I know for sure has been read
night,
over
y'all.
enough times. Good
Good
night.
night.
Night, night.
Night,
Night.
Jedi.
Enough that I feel like, yeah, it's possible. That's ready to go. So, but yeah,
Very cool.
there'll be more of that available soon.
What's
but I
the
wanted to let
thingy
you know.
that you used to make the books that you could then transfer into the game?
This is, hang on.
Because I feel like, I feel like it'd be much easier for me to do my lore books that way.
It's
Eventually.
lovely page, because that's where I got my skin stealer, where I can steal skins. But it also has the enchantment calculator, banners crafting, which I've used that before to make custom banners without going crazy. Further down, there's a book editor, and that's how you get that as far as that goes. And then you can your book title, who's your author, and then you can put into book context there. And then there's a book preview, which gives you the idea if you copy pasted and it's going beyond the edge of the book, you now know you have, and you can go back and do some editing. Completely. I'll put a copy of that in the Discord.
Yes, please.
Context. That one there. Very, very, very simplistic to use after you get used to it. And again, you can make some very good feeling solid books out of that. But yeah, I've been working on obviously the cathedral, and then recently I was re-inspired to work on the embassy a little bit more, but that's what I've been doing.
Okay, that's nice.
Oh, so we'll be able to read them at the embassy.
Absolutely. I have first copy and then a couple of other books done. One of which
Is
you
there a
already know.
maximum amount of pages that you can do for a book in Minecraft?
100.
Oh, okay.
Max is 100, but mine would exceed that.
Yeah, so yours would... You do like a part 1, part 2?
I'm doing additional, like, volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, but each volume also has this subtitling as far as, like, what else is in that book, as far as why it's this volume. So it's like one continuous series.
Okay.
You'll see it when I bring it by a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just waiting for Jordan's game to finish downloading.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Do we want to work on a community project?
I did well, eventually if you want to see it, I installed more stairs on the Brisican Endura path, and then also put in a halfway house, like a rest stop for safety.
Oh.
On that highway.
Nice.
I've been meaning to ask, actually, in the woods that's kind of on that path in between our bases. I was gonna put a house there with a bit of a story tied to it.
You can put another one. Mine is actually in the next to that cave that looks like it's been chewed out.
Okay.
That's where mine is. So mine is not in the woods.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the woods. Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah.
Kind of tucked away, hidden away, where nobody can really see.
Right. No, mine's out in the open, very much right there on the path, and actually it looks like one of the igloos. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's meant to be more out in the open on purpose.
Another thing I meant to ask, in terms of the Briskison lore. So Briskison was founded by like a ragtag group of individuals called the Envoys that had traveled from their homeland, like in the southern part of the world, all the way north across the Origin Ocean, and they just decided to stop at that area, at that snowy area. But when I say ragtag, it wasn't just like people from the original country, but people from other nations along that path as they came up, people that just kind of jumped on the bandwagon, I guess, or had their reasons. So that would include like Wondermere airship, that would include Endura. So if you had any thoughts about some character or some other that could have become an envoy, let me know so I can try to tie that into the story. I have to come up with like 20 something different people that each have like a unique story and implications for families in the modern day. So I'm trying to fill all those gaps.
Okay. I will think about that.
Yeah, I'll come up with a captain or something that decided to settle down.
Let me be clear, like this convoy of people that were traveling there, they weren't doing it for leisure or anything. Like most of the people from the original country were like fleeing the country and just trying to find a new place to call home.
Right.
So yeah.
I feel like it would make sense for the people coming from Wondermere to be some form of religious refugee.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe that happened around the time that our current like religion of beauty swept, and they were just like not.
They weren't into it, and they didn't want to become the rat people underneath Wondermere.
Exactly. I love my rat people.
Yeah, I can work with that.
People run the sewers.
Yes. There's something under here?
No. Not really.
I don't remember this. I built this. I don't remember this.
Now there's
what?
something.
Wait, there's something in there?
Boo.
Oh.
Gosh.
This random sign. I don't know.
I
maybe...
just placed that.
Oh. now it's there. Now it's lore. Oh yeah, you can just fall out the
Lore.
back essentially. Just fall off
Oh,
the back of this.
he's gripping on. That's what
Yes.
this is.
These are like
Is this a
fingernails.
fingernail?
They're supposed to be fingernails. Someone put a mushroom in.
He has like athlete's foot on his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got fingernails. Love it. Looks so good.
I just realized I have to re-download my mods now.
Check out this video.
Okay.
It should be. Yeah, that's what I was gonna check. Another.
That is so good.
Yeah, at the end of this, at the end of this episode, should be done.
I think of anything else that may have been happening. No, I decided that I was gonna start working on the extension of Rainbow Road to make it go out toward Laura, but that's about it.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I definitely want to extend it, and then as it gets closer to the Arctic Adrenaline, it would just kind of like start to curve into a U-turn and then follow the bottom part of the island, like back around.
Go back to the wharf.
Yeah, and then eventually connect to the wharf somehow.
I like that idea.
And then we could have roads branching off of it.
Like the sandstone one.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go take another look. I've been really procrastinating on that because it is such a grind, that road. Getting all the concrete and the skulk sensors especially.
You man, do you want the fast way or you want to go the whole way?
And we went the whole way.
How far is it?
We are out there, man.
You know what? I'm gonna recall.
Wait, I thought it was connected to the Stockholm.
Whoops.
We are.
Hold on, I got some bone meal.
Come back.
I'm just gonna recall. Screw it.
Too late. I'm at Wondermere already.
I don't have any experience because Omega took it all. I have to go kill something real quick.
Okay, fine. I won't go back. Easier. Come in.
Oh, I still have to connect the railway.
All going into mending. No.
Why did Screw log out in my portal?
I don't know.
Unless Screw crashed. Oh wait, no. Screw didn't crash. He logged out.
He logged off in the portal. I just thought it was the dumbest thing. Like, why? Mega.
I know, we'll fall in it.
It's really funny watching your fireworks come through, nothing else. You should have an arrow in your head. Oh, there it goes. It's gone now.
Is the casino done now?
Fat chance.
As I'm looking at it not being finished.
In the back of your mind, wishfully hoping.
Somebody's horse is wandering the nether hub. Is it Omega's?
That's mine. Yeah.
There.
It's just one. It's just the one game left, I guess.
Oh, you want to come see the horses, Epo?
Sure.
Ah.
Did you see my carriage?
I did. I really like it. I love how big these wheels are.
The only way I was gonna get them to be like this. It's supposed to be like a cart. That's the only way I was gonna get the cart to work.
I like it. I love this idea of like each base having a like a cart that represents them.
I definitely want to make one too.
I like Omega's as well. It's like a little hovercraft.
Come here.
Oh god, what's the horse thing?
Oh my god.
His armor.
This place is so much bigger and more ornate.
Bat horse armor? What?
Wow.
So all the ones over here will do at least 14 blocks.
Yeah, I do love the public car.
Oh wow.
Good.
You selling these?
Plan to.
Yeah, Omega's little hover car.
Love it. Love the chauffeur. Who is the passenger with you, B-Man?
I don't know.
Very
it's just
nice.
some
That's a lot of
random
work too.
scam
Reading
I
all of
got
them.
as like a prince.
Apparently 150.
Okay, we're trying to figure
I
out
don't
who the
know.
person with you was.
Sheesh.
I don't know. I just put like a random one in. I didn't know what to do. It's the Wondermere Kings, Needle.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Eventually we'll put a name to them.
I'll make some lore, I guess. I'm there, but I'm also clipping the hedges over here.
It's your twin. You guys were separated at birth.
Exactly. Oh, mango food. What? What's
Yeah,
with the...
This is again for this part. That way I can extend it and have
Fair
something
enough.
to build it on. Why not? We got so much of it. I mean,
Fair enough, yeah.
yeah, we can extend the road that way too. That's why I cleared out the mushrooms in a straight line there. Oh. Hello.
Yeah, notice this too. Just some scaffolding, I guess.
Essentially, yeah. So I can build on top of it.
Well, I haven't seen the Poke stuff yet.
Oh yes. So that back section's coming along really well, Laura.
Yeah, it's looking good. I like all the glass in it.
Oh yes. Laura's back.
Maybe. Nope.
Laura's back. No?
No, that game is still downloading.
Yeah, I'm still getting a black screen.
Aw. At least you're not falling through the world.
I've done that before. That wasn't fun.
Oh, it's not. It's very scary.
It'll play it like 3 times. Or as long as you're moving around in here. There will be like a gotcha game type thing to this eventually. It's coming along.
And make sure you share plenty of glass.
Now we've come full circle.
Indeed.
I'm kind of tired, honestly. I might just log out.
That's fair.
It's only like 11, but still. Had a long day.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, all my settings changed.
Oh, I noticed you were quiet there for a minute.
Yeah.
Thought you were just taking it in.
I was gonna ask if it's if this place is operational.
Not yet.
Not fully, you know.
Getting there.
It's gonna be like a gotcha game type thing to it.
I might have my EV here.
You have an Eevee?
Yep. Jealous?
A little bit.
I have several EVs.
Little feet. I keep them in my inventory. It's like how I kept Meep in my inventory last one.
Your Eevee-tory.
I'd like to say I'm very pleased how well pouches or sacks hold lots of them in my pokey bag. Pouch?
What is this? Is this like a
stack of cherry logs? Yes.
I found these in my mailbox.
Hmm.
Thank you, Beetle. And also one of these.
Yes.
Baby Laura?
Yeah, I'm back.
Just throw fish at her.
Cranked.
I do that to Jedi. It's really funny. She'd be like missing for a few minutes. I just throw raw fish at her for a while and.
Hi, man.
Ooh.
Are you having fun?
Ah.
Yes. I am back. Hello. Hi.
Alright, stop.
Ah!
Stop. Stop.
Hello. Ooh. Yay. I have
Going
a
with
book
it.
to put it
No.
away so I don't lose it.
No, I need it back though.
Oh.
Is there a way for it to stop doing the tutorial on my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, you should be able to turn off the tutorial. Was it under hints or something?
Yeah.
Video settings maybe? And then hints?
Settings is so different from what it used to be. I was really surprised.
Is your
Hello?
book going to be somewhere later so I can read it later?
What?
Is your
Yeah.
book going to be somewhere so I can read it later?
Yes.
Okay.
Permanent. Ever tried water?
Who's this?
I don't know where anything there is.
Escape. Options.
Is there video settings?
I thought it was accessibility, but I don't see it there.
No, I don't see it either. I mean, I could just craft a wooden plank. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine. Just what here.
Just do the tutorial, B-Man.
I've never played this game before.
Obviously.
It's reinforcement learning.
Because I had to re-download, right? So it's just like, oh.
You haven't played Minecraft yet.
I feel like it should be tied to your account. That would make more sense.
There we go. Can't wait for the next thing to show up.
Okay, left click to break a block.
Right click to
Place block.
Left click to harm.
Punch a tree.
Make a crafting bench.
Murder.
murder.
Okay.
Murder a whole village.
Loot and pillage.
Channel your Anakin Skywalker.
Drink lava.
Wow, I have some.
Why are we
rationing with that.
drinking lava? Why?
Because it's a spicy drink.
But
Excuse me,
why?
no. You can pass the day to. You can pass the night even in the Nether. Put your bed down and try it out.
Try sleeping in every dimension.
You guys having fun watching me build this thing very slowly?
Honestly, I'm being lulled to sleep by the music I have playing.
What's fair?
Yeah, you got some lo-fi on right now. It's nice.
They might not hear you very well.
I heard part of what he said.
I heard him. Got some lo-fi going.
It's got the lo-fi.
Lo-fi. Mike doesn't pick me up very much, especially when I'm tired.
Well, when you speak so low sometimes, no surprise. Ah.
Right.
Well, shit.
Sorry.
I think I am gonna go for the night.
Okay.
Night, Evo.
Yeah, you guys have fun. Talk to you later.
Bye. Bye.